Welcome to the show that looks at truth, fiction, and reality with a smirk. I'm Aaron Peterson.
I'm Amanda Sink.
And I'm Zach Parkerson.
And welcome to Smirk. Each week, one of our hosts introduces an original story, which we then use as a springboard for a spirited discussion on whatever the moral or theme of their story is or was. This week, it's my turn. I hope I remembered my story. I honestly don't remember if I have it in front of me. So, yep, I got it. All right, we're good.
Wow.
We're good.
You're so prepared.
I got it.
You're obviously ready for this.
I'm ready for it. I wrote.
You know how it is. Here at Smirk, we like to phone it in every week.
We just start making stuff up as we go. It's the end of the year, right? I mean, we're coming up on the end of the season 1 of Smirk, actually. It's coming to an end pretty soon.
Are we doing seasons? Is it really a season if we just keep going, though?
Oh, we're taking a break.
Sure.
2-week break.
We're taking a couple weeks off, that's for sure. So, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Aaron's had enough of us.
Yeah. Hey, you get to the end of the year and it's just like, you know what? Let's just take a couple weeks off. Let's enjoy some peace and quiet. And then we'll come back. And then I'll have rejuvenated, recharge the batteries.
Gives us time to write really creative stories.
I'm just going to steal. I'm going to have Stephen King write in during that time.
Yeah, I tell you what, if Stephen King writes in, I will come back during that break. I'm willing to record.
No, I'm saying
on vacation.
I'm saving it. It's a listener story like anyone else's.
No, it's not. It's really, it's really not. It's very, very special. Are you ready for my story? Get ready for my story. Here he goes. John knew the gold was there. After 15 years of searching, he had whittled down the possibilities of where the lost Mackenzie gold shipment could be, and now he was sure. All he needed was to grab the gear, head out to the desert, drop down the shaft, and recover the riches. So John loaded up the truck and headed over to Terry's house. Terry had been John's friend for years, and he had put up with all kinds of nonsense like this as John stalked the countryside looking for treasures of any sort. Better yet, he'd always been supportive. John walked up to the door just as Terry came bursting through it. "Johnny boy, where you headed this time?" Terry belted. "I found it, Terry. I'm absolutely positive this time. Any chance you can make the trek with me?" Terry looked at John, then back inside, and shook his head no. "I'm sorry, man. I'd already promised Sheila we'd take a trip into Phoenix. If you're still hunting next weekend, though, I'm in." "I understand." John's statement didn't ring true, but it was necessary. "Here's where I'm searching, right next to Aguila. And here's a map you can have. If you don't hear from me in 2 days, come looking. Deal?" "Deal." Terry took the map and watched as John jumped in his truck and hit the road. Many hours later, John looked down the mine shaft and winced at the 100-foot drop. He rigged up his ropes and started to rappel. This was it, he thought. Years of hunting, and finally it won't be for nothing. John's 60-year-old frame wasn't built for mountain climbing, but even he could make it 100 feet. John rappelled down about 40 feet, then he heard a snap. Suddenly he was rocketing toward the earth when he felt his back hit the dirt, taking the wind out of him. As he regained his composure, he looked at his rope and saw that the carabiner clip was completely busted. That's why he fell, and that's why he couldn't get back out. 2 days later, Terry frantically and repeatedly dialed John's phone. It had been 2 days, and John was not one to ignore his calls. Sheila, Terry's wife, walked in and asked, "Are we still heading to lunch?" Terry looked at his phone, then back at her. He knew she had grown tired of Terry's incessant need to assist his friend, but he could not eat in good conscience. "No, I have to look for John." Terry could feel this would be a fight of significant magnitude when he got home. Terry pulled up to see John's truck exactly where he said it would be, 2 days ago. He quickly leapt out of his car and ran toward the mine shaft, screaming John's name as he approached. The closer he got, the more he could hear a weak, almost defeated voice coming from below. It was John. Terry, is that you? Am I losing my mind?" "It's me, pal. I just thought I'd come and make sure you weren't spending my share of all that gold without me." They both laughed. Terry arrived at the mine shaft and looked over the edge to see John laying in the spot he obviously fell 2 days earlier. Immediately, he could tell John was dehydrated and frail, so he tossed the water bottle he brought with him down to John. "Drink that, get yourself ready. Somehow, I'm going to get you out of this hole."
Oh, well, it sounds like they are going to survive then. Unless he can't get him out of the hole.
Well, one of them definitely will. He was fine. There was no problem.
No guarantees in this world.
That is true. There are no guarantees. So that's
Sheila sucks.
Why does Sheila suck?
I guess maybe we'll get there in the course of the discussion.
Maybe not.
But she sucks.
Maybe Sheila wasn't part of my really part of my story. Why don't you like Sheila? Because she's all like, why you gotta help your friend all the time?
Yeah, man, if your girl isn't supportive of your friends, then she's not supportive of you, and it's not a healthy relationship.
That's fair. I agree with that.
What if it happens all the time, though?
You've chosen that best friend in your life, presumably before Sheila came into the picture. She knew what the relationship was as they were building their romantic one. So now she's gonna act all fussy. I don't like Sheila.
Maybe Sheila should offer to help support him and help his friend as well, because at this point, that's also by association a friend of hers.
Why don't we grab lunch on the go, Sheila, and then you can you drive the truck while I'm looking for my friend.
Yeah.
We'll swing through Taco Bell, and then we'll go find my friend.
Exactly. The #1 Mexican restaurant in the country.
The best deal in food, people.
USA.
All right. So what do you guys think the moral of the story is?
Always help a friend in need.
That's good. Zach?
I think that's a pretty good one, actually.
Well, it's close. True friends are always there when you need them most.
Oh. Except for, like, if he would have gone on the trip, then they might have been okay. Maybe not. Who knows?
They could have both been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a risk you have to take. It's your friend. You should go out there with them. Hunt that gold down, baby.
Well, that takes me to my first question. Should Terry had gone with John to begin with?
Well, I think I just answered
baby.
that. Yeah, baby.
Why do you think he should have gone with it? You think he should have blown off previous plans with Sheila because you don't like Sheila?
This is multifaceted, okay? First of all, what if this is the time? What if this is when he finds the gold? Now he's found the gold and you're not there. The one time you decided not to go because you want to go hang out with Sheila, and now you're missing out on the payday? That's bad news bears. Number 2, this is your boy. You're always got to be there for him. He wants you to do something. You know what? Sometimes you just got to do it. Even if Sheila does get upset. Number 3, you've probably done this before with him, so this is probably a recurring thing you do. So the fact that you turn him down now is you're telling him that entire history means less to you than it used to before, probably because Sheila's in your life now. So I think what I'm getting at is Sheila sucks.
Do you have like a personal situation? Do you have your own Sheila that you've experienced in your history where you're like, I'll never.
Don't
ever.
We all? I'm pretty sure we all do.
That's true.
Male Sheilas too. It works both ways.
Yep.
Right. Sheilas of all shapes, sizes.
Genders.
That's the reason why Sheila is a generic descriptor for women in Australia. This is why. They're all Sheilas.
Yeah, so no, he should have gone. That's the answer to your question. That is the answer to your question.
Well, originally I was thinking how he might have been, it might be good that he didn't go because then he could go out there and help save him. So then it's beneficial in the long term. But now that I've listened to Zach, I think it's really kind of crappy that he didn't go with his friend. Also, okay, let me ask you this in the story. Was it predetermined he was going to go on this trip? It feels like it was very sporadic.
No, Terry didn't know at the time. He didn't know until John showed up. So
I could understand maybe Sheila would get a little upset, like, oh, we have plans to do stuff today. But also, like Zach said, she probably understands that these sorts of things are going to be sporadic throughout my life. You know, this is something that I really care about, really enjoy doing with my best friend. So it should have been an understanding thing. It's not like you go hunting for gold all the time.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he does, but I doubt it's every weekend. She could fare for the afternoon without her man.
Man, you guys really don't like Sheila.
Look, I think there's...
I'm going to write a whole nother story from her side where she's like, I'm always being left because Terry's hanging out with John again, going down the
Maybe
she
should be more independent and have her own friends to hang out with.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, Sheila has unhealthy emotional expectations from this relationship.
Also, she could be part of this. She could help drive them there or something like that. Or
Sheila, come with.
Yeah. Also,
let's have a Chasing Amy situation.
That'd be awkward.
Whoa.
I love you. Can we all have sex now so we can move past this? Awkward.
Speaking of shafts.
So yeah, I think that he should have gone. And I think that Sheila should be more supportive. She should have offered to go with. Even if he says no. It's just, you know, this is our guy moment. She should have offered.
Damn, I am on the opposite of both of you. I think, no, he shouldn't have went because he had plans with Sheila. Why does she got to come second to John all the time? He just showed up last minute. It's really on John's plate.
Right, but she should be understanding.
It's one lunch, Aaron.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know that. Maybe this happens often.
She should know that. She knows that. She knew who this guy was.
All right. You guys are very much on the Sheila hate train. That's what I'm feeling.
It's not about hating. It's just about, I'm sure she gets, as long as she gets other time with him where there is, some quality time, she doesn't need to have all of it. He should still be allowed to, on a moment's notice, go help his friend and do something that they've been doing for years together. And even if it isn't something they've been doing for years together, hey, hon, do you care if I go hang out with him? It's really important to him. I'd really like to be there with him. And if she's like, well, I want the time. Well, then you're kind of a selfish jerk, lady.
Okay, anybody that does,
Right.
leave them. Leave them now. If your mate does that, leave them.
That was me trying to express her frustration.
No, but I know people
quickly.
that do that, and you leave them.
Gross.
You don't even talk to them.
Don't hang out.
No.
Yeah.
They're not even people.
They're not even human. All right, so here's my big question of this one. What defines a true friend in your eyes? What makes somebody a true friend? I want to have a disclaimer because this annoys me when people do this. So I want to get it out of the way. So, acquaintances aren't true friends to me. So I'm talking a true friend, somebody you consider like I would trust them impeccably.
Someone who's not gossipy for women, because that is a big problem. Somebody who I can be open and honest with and is open and honest with me, because I like to have that emotional relationship with my close friends to where we can talk to each other about stupid crap that's going on, but also just hang out and do fun stuff together. It doesn't need to all be, all of the complaints and woes about life, but also being there to be supportive of all of those emotional things. But also a friend.
There's a lot of alsos.
I know. A friend who isn't afraid to be honest with you about things that most would be shy of. So if you're in a really crappy relationship, having a friend who's honest enough to say, this is not good for you. Or if there's something that you're doing, if you have like an addiction problem, somebody trying to help you realize what's going on and help you get better rather than enabling that just because it's fun for them to hang out with you. So there's a lot of different...
I'm a serial enabler.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So those are the factors that are important to me. Somebody who is just very grounded in themselves, who I can have fun hanging out with, but it is also a good emotional support system. And vice versa. It has to be like a two-way street. So they have to let me give them that friendship too.
Well, my answer is so much shorter. I think you cross over in a true friend status when you can hang out and there's no expectation to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you guys could just sit down, like you just lay down in your bed and they're just like sitting on the chair and you just talk.
Wait, why can't the friend hang out on the bed too? Why do they have to sit in the chair? That's mean.
What?
Why do you get all the comfort of laying in the bed? Okay.
They can lay in the bed. I don't care where they're at.
Okay.
Jeez.
It's a weird cross to
I don't
hang
care.
Well, a true friend would offer the comfort of their bed.
All right, Zach, you've had your share. Let him get it. What else defines a true friend? Just the that aspect?
Yeah, just if you want to hang out just to see each other, as opposed to let's hang out because the game's on at 7. If it's just, hey man, you want to come over? Like that seems like a true friend to me. To
me, you hit true friend status when you hang out with each other or you make a simple phone call and they know you need them for something. See, I'm the opposite. I guess guys are probably the opposite, Amanda. To me, I feel like guys are the opposite. We don't have deep, meaningful conversations about our feelings, but we know when the other one is hurting or needs help, and they just understand and they can be there.
That's an important aspect too. For me, I need a friendship that allows me to express.
See, a true friend knows how many questions to ask and how many to not ask.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. And I am a big don't ask me a bunch of questions kind of guy. I'll tell you if I want to tell you. I probably won't tell you. So just the rare friend that knows this is what you need right now. You need to loosen up, just have some fun. You need somebody to just sit there while you vent, or to just be by your side when something tragic is going on, or just needs help with something. Whatever.
Knows you well enough to know what your needs are.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably the easy way to say it.
Yep, that sums up all of us.
I don't have any needs. Sorry.
And loyalty, because there's a bro code, So you got to have loyalty too.
Right, yeah. Obvious bro code. You can't break the bro code.
Can you break down what else is in the bro code other than
bro
don't
code-
sleep with the wife?
Bro code is very, very simple. It's very clear. Don't do anything that's going to piss the other one off.
That's not simple.
It's pretty simple.
Men are a little bit more complex.
Don't look. Guys are fickle. You know, you could tell us that, hey, so and so had an affair or with somebody, and they'd be like, that sucks. The thing you had an affair with your friend's wife, oh hell no, they will burn his house down. That's the bro code. That's the difference. We take that very seriously. That's really, I think that is the bro code. Zach, is there more in it? I don't know. Did you get your copy? I didn't get my pamphlet this week.
No, yeah, my newsletter it goes in my junk folder every now and then, so it's hard to keep track. I don't know what the bro code is. Don't sleep with my daughter. It's a pretty good code.
Yeah, that's probably in there somewhere too. If you don't have one, that would be a weird one to have.
Yeah.
But
Do you have a
I'll
daughter?
write it down just in case.
just in case I have one. She's 3. Well, then it really applies, Bob. It really does apply. So what's worse for you? Betrayal? And this is an important one. What's worse for you? Betrayal of a friend or betrayal of a significant other?
I've had it where both betrayed me together.
No, you got to pick. This isn't one of those like Amanda does where
They betrayed you together
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah.
That's
was-
uncomfortable.
Wow.
My step cousin slept with my, at the time, boyfriend.
What?
So that was fun. Yeah.
That's messed up.
It was messed
They
up.
did not adhere to the bro code.
Nah.
They
I think
didn't get their newsletter that way.
I think we need a ladies' code.
You sure do.
I think the code's pretty implied.
It is.
It should be.
We'll
But
cut you if you.
apparently, you
mess
have to
up.
sign up and actually sign a waiver if you're going to sleep with somebody's boyfriend, though.
So do you not talk to either of them now?
No, absolutely not.
I don't know. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Not those two.
Not everyone. Does Hitler deserve a second chance? I don't think
The
so.
worst part was that cousin was dating my best guy friend at the time.
Okay, we don't need to get into all your drama.
No, I'm
answer
just
the
saying,
que-
like,
I
there's
kind of want to get into this.
there were so many codes that were broken, and the two guys, they were friends. They were close friends. It's messed up.
Wow.
Yeah.
They must. I hope the sex was like extremely good.
That's when you just don't care anymore. You're
No,
like,
I didn't
I guess
care."
I'm not going to miss them a whole lot. I'm going to go for this. Nookie. Limp Bizkit's playing in the background.
Yeah, right. I did it all for the nookie. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with the friendship. I feel like it would be harder for me to get past that one. I think the initial impact of a significant other betraying you would hit me harder for a little while, but there would be a much longer lasting impact of betrayal from a friend.
Zach, where are you at? We're both married. Where are you at?
Oh man, that's a tricky one. Well, first of all, your significant other is your friend Aaron. Okay, always remember that.
Okay, you know what I'm saying. A friend who's not your significant other versus your actual mate.
Well, I would say I guess the significant other because I mean I don't know. I've had a lot of friends burn me. I guess, or I burn them. You know, it goes both ways. Friendships are just ticking time bombs.
So are relationships,
I agree with
if
that.
there's betrayal in them, if there's
Maybe.
a potential for betrayal.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I've lost almost every best friend I've had in my life. So
Wow, man.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's gotten better in the past couple of years, but I guess significant others would hurt you more because I'm just so used to it from friends, I guess.
So you sort of expect it from a friendship standpoint, whereas the relationships, you're not
Damn.
necessarily expecting it. So you've kind of grown accustomed to the friends betraying you or hurting you.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not saying I haven't hurt friends.
Man. All right, here's where jaded comes in for me because it's totally the friend thing. I've already been burned enough by significant others. I've already, I don't want to lose any friends, but
Mm-hmm.
because all
There you
my
go, yeah.
friends I've had
Yeah,
for a decade or more.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think the oldest friendship I have is like 4 years.
Well, and see, my best friend I've had since I was 5. So that would crush me probably. No offense to the significant other, but it would probably crush me a lot more. That's more time spent. It's more of an investment. It's like if you're 401k,
Right, no, I
you lose
understand.
100,000 versus 200,000. The 200,000 is going to hit you more because that's like twice as much.
Yeah, that checks out.
Your math does add
See?
up.
It works. That math works out. Damn it, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so here's the next one. Okay, and the final question in my questionnaire. How far is too far in helping a friend get out of their proverbial hole?
There's no such thing.
There's no line
Boom.
you won't cross to help a friend get out of their hole.
I'll straight up murder somebody for my friends.
Well, is this why you don't maintain the friendships for very long?
hypothetically.
Yeah, I mean, my expectations are too high. I expect them to also be willing to just commit homicide.
Like, that's how he
And
tricks.
I'm like, I need you to kill somebody. They're like, no, man, that's not cool. I'm like, well, you know what? You hurt me just like the rest.
I thought we were something special. Interesting. Okay.
I can't think of anything I wouldn't do for a true friend. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's foolish or not, but
I wouldn't
Yeah.
help a friend if I thought it was not in their best interest. Despite how much
That's
they may
interesting.
want me to do something for them, if I think it's going to hurt them more, then I'm not going to do it.
That's an interesting way to look at it. All right. I could buy that. So you would actually be protecting them in that way.
Yep.
For you.
Especially like the biggest example I can give would be like enabling somebody, because I've had a lot of friends and significant others who have gone through the battle of addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to enable you to do that. I'm not going to help you. There's some people who will say, oh, it's just this one last time. Well, that's great. I'm not going to help you with that. So figure it out yourself if you're that determined to do it. But if you want support and getting better, I'll be here. And then also there's some people who I want you to help me lie to my significant other if they're cheating on them. I would never do that.
I'll give you the alibi. Come on, buddy. We're good. No, he was with me the whole day. Yep.
Nope. Now, if they were like an abused relationship, maybe, and they needed to get out and they needed a lie for
I think that's part of the bro code. I'm going to write that down. Hang on. Yep.
help your friends cheat.
Nope, that goes against my morals.
Oh, well, that's good. You have those. Those are cool.
I guess it's not in the bro code to have those.
Nope.
Morals? No.
That's-
Technically, and when you turn 14, they're like, you want to become a man? Check your morals at the door, son.
But
That checks out. That math also checks out.
unless they're cheating with your friend's girlfriend or wife, then
So if you know the woman, then it's different.
now we've got a different set of boundaries we got to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. Of
Well,
course.
that's a different. Yeah, you got to weigh the two friendships at that point.
I mean, you would talk to them independently and say, "Hey, you got to stop doing what you're doing." But so if their wife called, "Hey, he said he was with you." Oh yeah, totally. We were at the Best Buy.
We were at the Best Buy. The Best Buy. Not Best Buy.
The one.
The
only one in town. I'm kind of with Amanda on this one. I do have I'm not going to enable people. I'm not going to encourage your worst aspects. If you tend to want to kill people, I'm not going to help you kill them. I'm going to be like, hey, no, because you know what's wrong. Unless I really don't like them.
You know what? Would you talk to them? Would you have a conversation with them? Like, hey, maybe you should stop murdering everything.
Yeah, of course I would. Yeah. I'm not turning
Would
state's
you,
evidence.
Would
or
you
anything.
narc on them? Would
No.
you rat them out?
Nope.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't help them continue.
That is a predicament. If you found out like your best closest friend was a serial killer, what would you do? That's an interesting quandary.
I love that girl. I guess I'm going to have to just deal with it and hope that she doesn't murder me too.
Now you promise you're going to stop, right? Like, this is the last one. We're done.
I feel like, hey, man, just don't kill me, all right?
I would, and then I would also say, can you add somebody to your list?
Wow. that just got disturbing.
My journalistic tendencies would kick in. I would have to ask them everything about being a serial killer.
How does it make you feel? What do you use to protect yourself?
I'm going to write a book.
How much blood comes out?
Why? Why is there always semen under the oven? Is that real or is that just something CSI does?
What?
I would try to talk them out of doing it again. But no, I probably wouldn't write them out. Unless I felt like they were going to hurt someone again. Like I found
They're a murderer.
Well, no, if you find out they swear they're going to quit, I got to take them at their word.
Think about the true crime podcast you could launch off of having a best friend who is a serial killer.
So you want to monetize off of your
Amanda,
best friend?
you just
being a
talked
serial
about
killer?
addiction. Somebody's trying to battle their addiction. You got to help them fight it.
Yeah, after they get my hit
Exactly.
list done.
You support them. You're like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to help you. I'm going to be the guy you call. Next time you want to kill somebody, you give me a call and we're going to talk about it. We're going to work through it.
No, man, I'm making a show with him. And once we get to $2,000 a month on Patreon, then I'll start trying to curb his addiction to murder.
Nice. Wow, that went way too far. All right, so my story, was it truth or fiction?
Oh, man. I'm so lost in that murder right now.
Right?
Uh,
It's the gold.
Guy falls down a shaft looking for gold. Friend comes out. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, fiction.
I'm going fiction.
It's truth.
What?
It's truth.
No,
liar.
it's not.
John-
Is this 127 hours?
John Waddell was 60 years old. He was pulled from the shaft on a couple days after he fell into it while he was looking for gold. His friend came out there because he told his friend that he would be there and come search for him if you don't hear from me in 2 days. That's all a true
Is
story.
Sheila real?
No, Sheila is
Sheila's done.
Why do you hate Sheila so much, man? I don't know about Sheila.
She's
That
trying
was
to ruin
trying
to ruin a beautiful friendship.
Sheila was an improvised element.
It sounds like triction to me.
Yeah. No, that's truth. Truth.
With false news.
What's the title of your story, my dude?
It's called Pals.
It's cute.
It's good.
It is cute.
It is cute.
Enabling.
Actually, it's from Young Guns, too, if you're a Young Guns fan. So it's kind of like a Young Guns reference.
Shout out to all the 45-year-old white men in the world.
All right. As our story goes, we'll occasionally pick listener stories to read and discuss in Smirk. You want yours read? Email it to mystory@smirkpodcast.com. You can leave a review. That'd be cool. Whatever you're listening to us on, please leave us a review. Join the conversation by joining our Facebook group. We're also on Twitter @SmirkPodcast and use the show's hashtag Smirk. And as you write your own life story, always remember to tell it with your buddy at your side or the Smirk.
With your pal at your side.
I missed that boat. I'm sorry. Pal at your side with pal at your Smirk, pal, side, words.